Greetings fellow viewers and welcome back to Final Fantasy Record Keeper. We got a new challenge event, an FF2 event. I haven't had one of these in a while. Thorns of the Rose. Let's hop into it, see what we can get. So here we go, FF2. And our story is centered around Firion, a young man from the kingdom of Finn. Firion was separated from his parents when he was very young and was raised by Leon and Maria's family, along with adoptee Guy. Awesome name. When his new family and home were destroyed in an invasion by the Palamecian Empire, Firion takes up arms with the rebels. And here's Guy. A young man taken in by Maria's and Leon's family. Guy's imposing figure belies his gentle and somewhat naive nature. Before moving to his adopted home, Guy was raised by wolves, leaving him with only rudimentary speaking skills but giving him the innate ability to communicate with beasts. Gifted with unparalleled strength and an iron physique, Guy is a quiet but steadfast ally of Firion and the rebels. So, the prologue. The Empire of Palamecia is a brutal warmongering nation that has summoned fiends from the depths of hell to use in its bid for world domination. Pursued by the Palamecian invaders, Firion and his friends were at death's door when Hilda, the leader of the rebels, and Minwu, the white mage who serves as her most trusted advisor, found and saved them. This chance encounter leads Firion, Maria and Guy to join the rebels, establishing them as key figures in a war that will see them face many hardships and sacrifices. In the city of Altair, the rebel stronghold, Firion finds himself alone with Princess Hilda, who attempts to beguile and seduce him. But Firion soon discovers that it was all a trap laid by the Lima Queen, who had merely disguised herself as a princess. With the aid of his friends, Firion is able to vanquish the creature, and they learn that the real princess has been kidnapped as a prize for an imperial tournament. No time to waste, Firion hurries to Palamecia to rescue Princess Hilda from the Colosseum. Firion says, "Please allow us to join the rebel army," and Guy says, "Guy speak beaver." So we got record spheres unlocked for Maria, Guy, Minwu and Gordon, I believe that is, yep. Complete plus dungeons to get 3-star motes. Recruit Final Fantasy 2 heroes. Wow, that's a lot of heroes we can recruit. We've got Firion, Guy, Maria, Leon, Minwu, Leela, Gordon, Joseph and Ricard. Is that 9? 5, 6, 7, 8. No, but there's 9 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, there is already 9. So, 9 total characters we can recruit through the normal mode. Interesting. Get items like Soul of Heroes, Memory Crystal loads and stuff like that. Maybe get Memory Crystal 2s for Firion, Guy, Maria, Leon and Minwu. Wow, a lot of Memory Crystal 2s there as well. And get Memory Crystals for all those characters we just said that we can recruit. Wow, this is an amazing challenge event. Get a 5-star ability, complete the +++ dungeon to get the 5-star black magic ability Chain Stonga. Continuing from the other chains you could get in the previous challenge event. Powerful attack that hits a single target with 2 blasts of earth damage. Get a 4-star ability, complete the plus dungeon to get the 4-star black magic ability Stone Jar. Powerful attack that hits a single target with earth damage. So let's hop into this event. Play through the normal mode and see what we can get. Trying something new. I also want to tell you guys a bit about Final Fantasy 2 as well, what the game was about, what you did, the baddies and stuff like that, the story, the gameplay. Whenever it lets me select. Start off in the Semic Falls Cavern. Here we go. This is our FF2 party. Tried to get as much as we could. Not got any white mage characters yet for FF2. I haven't, so we just went with the trusty old white mage job class. Doesn't matter what roaming warrior we bring, these are pretty easy to begin with. Even even though all my characters are around level 20, 30. So let's hop into it and talk about FF2. So FF2 was obviously the second game in the franchise. However, it only got released in Japan for the... Ooh, let's put it back up to 5, thank you. It only got released in Japan for the Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES, whereas FF1 got a Japanese and Western release. This only got a Japanese release. The FF2 release in Western countries, that's west from Japan, was Final Fantasy 4 in Japan. So FF4 in Japan became FF2 in the States and everywhere else. We only didn't really get a... actually, I'm not quite sure when FF2 came out over here in Europe and the States. Quite possibly, first time we got to play it was in Final Fantasy Origins for the PlayStation, I would imagine. Of course, you gotta always get an emulator to play it. So, the story behind FF2. Well, FF2 was obviously an 8-bit game. As it mentioned in the prologue, it featured characters Firion, Maria, Leon and Guy, the 4 main party members. And basically a struggle against the Empire, Palamecia, and its Emperor. Bent on world domination, obviously world destruction, all that evil bad guy stuff. And so these guys fled their hometown as it was being attacked by the Empire and being chased by the Emperor's lackeys. Actually, at the start of the game you are being chased, and it goes into a battle system where you lose. There's nothing you can do about it, you just flat out lose. It's not game over though, it carries on, and you wake up in, it's like white magic circle, being healed by the white mage Minwu, and find out that you're in the rebel base planning to take down the Emperor. So you join the rebels, go on quests to get certain things. You need to power up yourself and take down the big baddie, the Emperor, who was just called the Emperor in the end. And our boss here is the Sergeant. So you went around everywhere collecting stuff, doing all the Final Fantasy stuff, battling monsters, leveling up, where in the end you went to this evil lair. We get Guy. He's a physical attack axe master, deal 3 physical attacks to one target, is its basic soul break. So basically, skipping forward, you went to the end dungeon, which was, and spoilers if you haven't played it, which was Pandemonia. Confronted the Emperor. So you also get Firion, but we already have him, so he's converted into a great growth egg. We also get 1000 Gil, the Ripper from 2 times 1, Mithril times 1 as a mastery reward. And that section's done. Let's move on to the next one. Into the Snow Cavern. Obviously keeping with the 8-bit theme here, loving it. Snow Cavern, here we go. So yeah, you confronted the Emperor, defeated him, saved the day. Brought peace back to the world. So, as an interesting story element to FF2, you did get characters could join your party, like NPCs you talk to in the game. They would join your party as you went on adventures. There are going to be spoilers, so if you plan on playing the game, don't listen. But you got party members added to your party. They would come and go, and some of them died. So certain characters you got actually sacrificed themselves when you were being chased, or it was a dire situation. There was only one way to get out of it. And I actually think that's the first Final Fantasy. Everyone knows Final Fantasy 7. Spoiler. Quiet, you haven't played it yet. Whatever. Everyone knows Final Fantasy 7. Sephiroth kills Ares. That's a big death scene in any Final Fantasy game. But a lot of characters died before then. Like, FF2 had a lot of deaths. There's a lot of characters in that game that just simply got killed off. It was quite dark for that, for the genre back then. So it was a alright story. Sort of Star Warsy type story actually. You join the rebels, you fight the Empire. You don't blow up the Death Star, but you do kill someone. So let's move on to oh, that was a boss as well. What was that boss? The Adamantoise. Okay. We fight two bosses in this dungeon. So this challenge event doesn't have an elite mode. It has two parts. So you do part 1, which is a normal dungeon. Then you do part 2, which is the elite version of the dungeon. It is harder in part 2. So let's talk about the gameplay. Well, FF2 gameplay was a bit different from FF1. So there's our boss, Borgen. He's dead. So the FF2 gameplay, obviously side fighting, turn based, but the skill system was interesting. The skill system, so you got spells, you got black magic, you got white magic, but the way you improve your skills is you actually level them up. So here's our rewards. Just talk about these for a bit. We get 1000 gil diamond mace from 2 times 1, lesser growth egg times 40. We got Maria, but we already got her. We got Joseph, but we already got him, and the Mithril. Move on to the third section. So you actually leveled up your skills. Going back to the gameplay. Whenever you used an ability or you attacked, depending on the weapon you had equipped or the ability you used, that would gain that much XP. A certain amount of XP. And the more XP you got, it leveled up. And so the abilities would get stronger, your weapons would get stronger, your armor would get stronger. And how did you increase stats? Your stats would just level up as your character leveled up. Yeah, it was an interesting class. It was an interesting skill system, because it did away with all the jobs. You didn't have any job system in it. There's no warrior, monk, red mage, black mage, white mage. Any character could equip anything. Any character could use anything. And the characters that joined your party. So one of the first characters that joined your party, spoilers, is Minwu. He's a white mage of the rebels. Powerful white mage. He has all these awesome abilities. all the awesome white magic spells you could use. And they also came leveled up as well. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, it was a pretty good skill system. Pretty good at the time as well. I enjoyed it, it's one of my favourites. So obviously as your skills leveled up, they got stronger. You dealt more damage, took less damage. Healed more, yada yada yada. And it could go, I believe it went up to, I believe the spells in the game, so you had like Cure 1, Cure 2, Cure 3, there weren't Cure, Cura, Curaga back then. That only appeared in 8. So, I believe they went all the way up to 14. So you could have Fire 14, Ice 14, Thunder 14, Cure 14, I believe Ultima, White Magic Spell. I might just be thinking of the maybe Ultima. So this boss is the Red Soul. Okay. Weird looking boss. Maybe they only added Ultima in the Origins game, I'm not sure. Or maybe they had it in the original. You lot let me know. Yeah, FF2 was a good game from the previous one. And that's pretty much all I can say about it. If you haven't played it, I definitely would give it a try. So that was... who was that? So how it was, we got 2000 Gil, Ripper 2 again, 20 growth eggs, was one of them Ricard? I think one of them was Ricard. Ah, we get Metal as well, let's have a look. So it was... oh, it was Gordon and Ricard, okay. So obviously these are characters, these are all the characters from the game. Obviously. So I believe Joseph was a monk. Ricard obviously is a dragoon. Maria was a not Maria, Leela was a pirate. Who else have we got? Well, I may have forgotten them already. So there was Leela, Car, Joseph, obviously Mimu's and White Mage. There's one more I'm missing. Was it Dash? No, Dash was from FF3. So yeah, obviously with this event, we going back to the good old eras, the 8-bit eras, the 16-bit eras. They haven't done an FF2 event in a while. They haven't done an FF3 event in a while. Done an FF5 fairly recently. I don't think they've done an FF4 event in a while. Obviously they did an FF1 event, the collection event with the Mobius Final Fantasy. That's Well, I imagine that's basically classed as FF1 3D. Obviously the main character being Wall, which obviously abbreviates to the Warrior of Light. Surprise, surprise. So yeah, that's classed as FF1 now. So the Dreadnought. I think the Dreadnought was obviously probably a battleship. I think I got about halfway through. Oh no, self-destruct. He blew up, so we didn't get to defeat him, but we still claimed the XP. So I didn't get too far in FF2, so our boss here is a captain. I will use Art Blast, kill him off quick. So I think I got about halfway. I definitely got to the part that this part was he's talking about. Hilda gets kidnapped. I haven't completed it though. I should go back and play all these stuff. So here's the White Mage, Minwoo. Bazuna 6 is his basic soul break. Remove 1 debuff from an ally. Weird soul break there. So we get 2000 gil, diamond mace from 2, it's 1. 20 earth orbs, who was that? Was that Leon? Minwoo and Mithril. Look like Leon. So who am I missing here? We've got Firion, Guy, Maria, Joseph, Gordon, Ricard, Minwoo, Leon, and Leela. Maybe I did get them all. Because Guy was definitely part of your party. Firion was part of your party, Maria was part of your party, Guy was part of your party. I know Maria had there were originally 4 of them. I think one of them got captured. Oh no, Gordon got paralyzed. And eventually came back to them. I think that was Leon, who's my second party. We'll have a look in a bit. Completion rewards will tell us. So I hope they go back to the classics again, as I need the characters obviously. But that being said, I hope they do some more some more 3D ones. It's interesting to see the 3D turned into 2D. I hope they do FF14 sometime soon. Again, give us Minfilia as a character. Just give us Minfilia already, Dina. Here we go, Wraith of the Shadow. And that's done. Let's move on to the boss section. Obviously also FF2 had the original design team as well. All the old greats. Oh no, not absorb, don't absorb my life from me. So it'll be interesting to see what they have in store for us with the plus battles. I wonder what the ultimate battles are going to be like. So our final boss for part 1 is... Ooh, 3 chimeras. Thank God we brought an AoE. Sorry, I can't count. 4 chimeras. Who's all dead? So that's done. And Leela is our reward. She's physical speed, interesting. But also has Thunder 2 as a basic soul break, deal magic lightning damage to one target. Interesting there, considering she's physical speed. And that is gonna do it for the playthrough of part 1 for... So we get 3000 Gil, Black Orb times 10, Earth Orb times 30, Leela and the Mithril. So let's find out those characters. See what name I'm missing. Furion Guy, Maria Joseph, Gordon Ricard, Leon Minwoo, and Leela. No, I definitely said all of them then. Yeah, I said all of them. So that is gonna do it for the part 1 playthrough of Thorns of the Rose, the new challenge event for Final Fantasy Record Keeper featuring FF2. Grab your FF2 characters here. A lot of them there too. Let's take a sneak peek at part 2. There we go, there's our rewards, there's the plus battles. Don't think I'll have much FF2 synergy for the plus battles, so I might just go back to using our normal party for this. So that is going to do it for this video. Remember, if you like it, to like, helps out a lot, and comment about the video if you want, and I would ask you to check out the channel and subscribe. And as always, I will see you in the next episode.